What are natural resources, children? Air, water, soil, plants, and animals are all natural resources. In this chapter 3, we are going to learn properties of natural resources. That is, properties of air, properties of water, and properties of soil. First of all, properties of air. Air is all around us. We cannot see air, yet we feel the presence of air. When we inhale, air is taken in through the nose. When we blow on our hand through our lips, we can feel the air. That means properties of air are: air is colorless. We can feel the presence of air. Let us go for two activities. Take a stick from a broom or a paper or a plastic straw. Tie a thread at its center and hang it so that it remains horizontal. Tie two rubber balloons of the same size at the two ends of the stick. See to it that the stick remains horizontal. That means we have to tie two balloons of the same size at the two ends of the straw. Now remove one balloon, inflate it and tie it again at its original position. What is inflate? Blowing air into the balloon is called inflate. Does the stick remain horizontal? No. The stick goes down on the side where the inflated balloon is tied. That means there the weight is more. Where the balloon is filled with the air. Air is a mixture of many gases. Therefore, like all other matter, it has mass and weight. So, one more property of air has mass and weight. Second activity. Take an injection syringe without the needle or a water gun that we are using in Holi festival. Pull its piston and observe it. The piston can be pulled out easily. The piston then remains in that position even if you let it go. Now, close the inlet hole of the syringe tightly with your thumb. Pull the piston and let it go. Is the force required to pull out the piston more or less than before? Does the piston remain as it is after you let it go? No. The force required to pull out the piston is more in the second case. And the piston go back to its original position. On pulling the piston with the inlet hole of the syringe closed, more space becomes available to the air in the syringe and it becomes rarefied. What is meant by rarefied? Less air got more space for movement. That is called rarefied. As a result, the pressure of the air in the syringe is lowered. Comparatively, the pressure of the outside air is very high. That's why when the pulled out piston is released, it is immediately pushed in because of higher pressure outside the piston. Higher pressure outside the piston. But in the first case, pressure inside the piston and outside the piston is same. So, no pushing. Why it is so? This is due to atmospheric pressure. Then what is that atmospheric pressure? The molecules of the gases in the air are in constant motion. When these molecules strike a body, they create pressure on that body. This is the pressure of air that we call it as atmospheric pressure. What is atmospheric pressure? When molecules present in air strike against a body, the pressure is created on that body. The pressure exerted by air is called atmospheric pressure. If this experiment is repeated, holding the syringe in different position like vertically, horizontally or inclined, the piston is found to go into the same extent in all the cases. From this, we can conclude that atmospheric pressure is the same in all direction. Atmospheric pressure is same in all direction. The atmospheric pressure at sea level is about 1,0400 newtons per square meter under ordinary conditions. Atmospheric pressure is measured using an instrument called barometer. Atmospheric pressure decreases as we go higher above sea level. In 1726, the Swedish scientist Daniel Bernoulli put forth the important principle that is the pressure of air decreases when its velocity increases. The pressure of air decreases when its velocity increases, while the pressure of air increases when its velocity decreases. This is called Daniel Bernoulli's principle. If a body is moving through air, the air pressure decreases perpendicular to the direction of the motion. Perpendicular to the direction of the motion. This is Bernoulli's principle. So this is very important for your exam point of view. Let us discuss a fun of straw that is called fountain of water. For that, take some water in a plastic cup and hold a straw upright in it. Hold a small piece of another straw near the upper end of the first straw and perpendicular to that straw. Then blow hard through the small piece of straw. You will see a fountain of water. Why did this happen? On blowing through the straw, the air at its open end is pushed away and hence the pressure of the air at the opening goes down. Pressure of the air at the opening goes down. As the pressure of the air near the upper end of the erect straw becomes less than atmospheric pressure, the water in the cup is pushed from where the pressure is higher to where it is lower. Water is pushed from higher pressure to lower pressure, that is in the upward direction, and the water comes out in the form of a fountain. The more forcefully you blow, the higher will be the fountain. This straw fountain works completely on Bernoulli's principle, and this is the effect of air pressure. This is one of the effect of air pressure. When there exists a difference in the air pressure at two different places, the air starts flowing from higher pressure to lower pressure. At such time, we feel breeze or a wind blowing. Thus, winds are an effect of the difference in air pressure that you will study more in geography. Next, humidity of the air. For learning humidity of the air, a small activity you have to observe. Take ice cubes in a glass up to 3/4 of its height and observe what happens. How did the water droplets appear on the outside of the glass? Due to the ice cubes in the glass, the air surrounding the glass cools down. As the water vapor in this air cools down, it condenses and gets transformed into water. It is this water that collects on the outer surface of the glass. Okay. The level of humidity of the air is determined by its capacity to hold water vapor. The level of humidity of the air is determined by its capacity to hold water vapor. The level of humidity depends upon some other factors such as place, time of the day, vapor holding capacity, temperature and season. During the night or at dawn, when the temperature of air is low, its capacity to hold the vapor is less. At such time, the excess vapor is transformed into water droplets. This is what we call it as dew. In the afternoon, when the temperature of the air is high, the capacity of the air to hold the moisture also increases. Then, compared to its full capacity to hold water, the proportion of moisture in the air is less and we feel that air is dry. We feel air is dry in the afternoon. The proportion of water vapor in the air is high during the monsoon and in the coastal area. As a result, we feel dampness or humidity. Especially Mumbai, it is on the coastal area, so we feel more humid. Next is a small experiment. For that, dip an uncorked inverted empty bottle in a slanting position into the water in a wide container as shown in the figure. When you do this activity, we will hear a bubbling sound of water because initially the bottle is occupied by the space inside the bottle is occupied by air. Now water will take that space. So air coming out with the bubbling sound. That is air occupy space. Air occupy space is one more property of air. Air is a mixture of very fine particles of some gases, dust, smoke, and moisture. When rays of light fall on these minute particles, the particles spread the light in all directions. When the rays of light fall on these minute particles, the particles spread the light in all directions. This natural phenomenon is called scattering of light. Temperature regulation. What is this? The earth receives energy from the sun. This energy is reflected by the earth in the form of heat. The constituents of air surrounding the earth, such as water vapor, carbon dioxide, etc., absorb a part of this heat and give it to the other constituents of air. As a result, the earth's surface remains warm and thereby becomes suitable for the living world on the earth. If there were no air on the earth, the average temperature of the earth's surface would have been very low. This is about temperature regulation. Next, last one, transmission of sound. All the sound that we hear reaches through the surrounding air. The density of air also changes due to change in its temperature. In winter, the density of the air increases. We can hear the whistle of a distant train clearly early in the morning in winter. How? So this is the one of the give reason question also. What we hear will reach us through the surrounding air. In winter, the density of air is increased due to change in its temperature. Therefore, we can hear the whistle of a distant train clearly early in the morning in winter. Air is useful as a medium. Air is useful as a medium for what? For the transmission of sound. These all are the properties of air. We will continue the properties of water in our next lecture. Thank you.